Hi, Al Sharpton is a lying lawyer whose job is to lead people in Harlem to trust lawyers so that lawyers can make sure that decent people always lose to the government. Some people trust Al Sharpton, and some people believe he's looking out for their best interests. Well, Al Sharpton was involved with a forum about vaccines that was scheduled to take place in Harlem. This forum was led by the Illuminati lawyer Robert F. Kennedy Jr., another Illuminati lawyer named Mary Holland, and Uncle Tom, alleged victim of vaccines named Sheila Ely, who lies to black people and tries to help the lawyers ensure that everyone loses to the government. I think there were a couple of religious people that were involved with this, and a few other lying idiots who might actually believe the lies they're telling people, who were scheduled to speak at this forum. Well, one of the criminals who works for the vaccine industry named Peter Hotez criticized Al Sharpton for having this forum, and so Sharpton canceled the forum. What this did was bring publicity to the matter. What was going to happen at this forum is that Illuminati lawyers, other liars, and other dupes who think they're telling the truth were going to lie to people in Harlem to make sure they lose to the government, and the government will continuing poisoning babies into autism with mercury and vaccines. And the government will continue lowering IQs with mercury and vaccines. The object of these forums is to provoke stupid people to complain to our government servants instead of ordering our government servants to stop poisoning our children. That's what Illuminati lawyers do. They provoke people to complain to the government, which gives the power of we the people to our government servants and gives them the option of telling us no when we ask them to do the right thing, such as to end the poisoning of babies with mercury and vaccines. The Illuminati lawyers that run the anti-vaccine propaganda are trying to con people into believing that the MMR shot, which never contained any mercury, causes autism. This is blatantly false, and it's based on a bogus study done by William Thompson and other liars at the CDC, who did this ridiculous study, and they called Thompson a whistleblower for letting the country know about it, that claimed children who had the MMR shot became autistic. But they didn't account for how much mercury those children had from other vaccines before they had their MMR shots. So they blatantly lied about the fact that these kids did have mercury shot into them and tried to blame a vaccine that does not have mercury in it for causing autism. What they also did was cause these victims to complain to the government when they should have been telling people to read the Declaration of Independence, to understand that the people stand as the authorities above our government servants, and that we have the right and the duty to remove all of those servants from their positions in our government. That's what we are required to do when our servants rebel against us and try to cause the whole country to have their IQs lowered by mercury and vaccines. The lying Illuminati lawyers want you to believe that vaccines without mercury can cause the same damage. They can't. And what this does, besides selling you that ridiculous lie that people believe, is put you in a position of subservience to our government servants. That's what the lying lawyer Al Sharpton does, and that's what the lying Illuminati lawyers Mary Holland and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. do. That's what all lawyers do, because all lawyers work for the Illuminati. That's where they come from. The Illuminati is headquartered in the city of London, where the banks are, where the Rothschild family controls the banks and every lawyer on the planet. So a lawyer speaks. What they're doing is conning the world into letting bankers rob them and to commit every other crime they feel like committing against humanity. That's why lawyers exist, to restrain the beasts of prey called men and inflict a brutal and blind force upon us that's disguised as law. Those are the words of Lucifer from the protocols of the learned elders of Zion that tell us why lawyers exist. To restrain we beasts of prey who are called men. That's what lawyers do. All lawyers are part of the Illuminati. If you read the protocols of the learned elders of Zion, you will see them refer to the adjutor. That's lawyers that they're talking about. Lawyers like Al Sharpton, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Mary Holland, and every other lying scumbag lawyer associated with the controlled opposition about vaccines to ensure that the government can continue poisoning babies. That's what these lawyers do. They never tell anyone that we, the people, have the authority to fire the whole damn government. That's what you have to do if you're a victim of vaccines, or if you're a victim of being robbed by the Federal Reserve, as all 300 million Americans are. You have to unite against these lawyers and bankers and fire the whole damn government, which is controlled by lawyers and bankers. All they have to do is bribe some low-life scumbags known as politicians to do what they're told and pass bogus laws to control the population. And the bankers and lawyers control our country and destroy us. There's 300 million of us. There's 1.3 million enemy lawyers. A handful of low-life, bribed, lying scumbags known as politicians who serve the banksters. 300 million of us can beat these handful of bribed, lying scumbags and take our freedom back. Instead, people allow themselves to be led by lying lawyers like Al Sharpton, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and Mary Holland. I hope some of you can wake up and understand that lawyers are the lowest form of life, and that you should never listen to anything that any lawyer says. We, the people, are the authorities. Lawyers are scum. Please learn that. Thanks for watching.